go.
Oh man, you want to take that?
How do we link up? It's funny. I've actually known Mike for 10 years now.
Okay.
And we're both originally from Delaware, and I used to work at an after-school program, and Mike was one of the kids in the after-school program, and Jag was in a group. It was like a music group, and it was cool. It was like, it's funny because it was actually pretty good, but when I tell the story, I usually like shit on them. But it was kind of like City High, but worse. And so he did that. And he was in school. And at the time, I think he was like 10 or 11. Went to high school, and then when he was in college, I don't know how he got my AIM. I guess I gave it to him. I was too nice back then. I became Dame Dash later. And he hit me on AIM, and he kept on sending music, and it kept on getting progressively better. And then he sent me this record, Rainy Days. He was like, "Yo, check it out," but it was a Vimeo link. And so I'm watching the video, and he's telling me about it, and I'm like, wait, you produced this? Unless you rapping on it? This is you singing on it? You directed this video? And it's just, he's like going through the checklist, and it was like, wow, this is not whack.
Right, right.
They that.
Yeah, no, what was it? Yeah.
Yo, this is not whack is a very important threshold to cross. You know what I'm saying? And so, it wasn't whack, and then it was like, yo, this is good, this is dope. And then, from then he sent me Away after that. Away was a very dope record. Yeah. And then, I was friends with DJ Wonder at Shade 45. He's another Delaware resident. And, I remember I was like, yo, Mike, I'm going to try and help you find like a DJ for your mixtape or whatever. So like I hit Soul, I hit DJ Wonder. And then Wonder was like, yo, we actually do this joint. Don't quit your day job. Like, you should get him to do it. And I was like, yo, Mike, you should do it. It's going to be Angie Yee. I'm like, this bitch is going to ask you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, flirt with her, say this and say that. And then I couldn't listen to it because I didn't have Sirius. Yeah. And so Mike did the interview, and he killed it. Ever since then, Angie's remembered him. He's been a friend of his. And then, so, that's kind of how it started. And then, after a while, Mike just wanted me to work closer with the camp. It wasn't necessarily something that I imagined myself doing when I started my career, and I never thought about management. But I got a situation where it was like, you want to be able to use your contacts and things before they get stale, or have a reason to be able to, reach out to certain people, and, Mike wanted to do it. And obviously I feel like his talent deserves it, and, he should be heard, and, we just connected since then. We out the 11th hour. We out here.
Woo! 5.9 second applause.
Yeah. That was like a very earnest. That was a very Dame Dash.
It made it.
That's the Delaware connection. And what is it about Delaware? I don't know a lot of Delaware MCs, but there's a lot of important people in music and entertainment that come from Delaware. You got Chuck Creekmur, you got Steve Braze, you got yourself.
Mentor, Chuck Creekmur. Yeah, we actually put out the mixtape through All Hip Hop. It was all hip hop. DJ Wonder was all Delaware affair.
So Blue Hand, are you a Blue Hand also?
Nah, I'm a Blue Hand actually.
Yeah.
We actually did the mixtape party, the mixtape release in Delaware. We brought Sway down, Sway and Rich Nice from the Trackmasters. They came down. They actually hosted the mixtape release party. I would love to tell you about the party, but I don't think anybody remembers. It was like the Hangover Part 3.
Yeah, I'm starting to see a trend line here, man.
Oh man,
it's a trend line.
I'm putting myself out there.
Y'all are like the rolling mystery machine. That's what y'all do. Y'all got a mystery machine in the parking lot.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Scooby snacks everywhere.
Yeah, it was a good night. It was a good night. We got some footage though.
Yeah,
I had to see some of the footage.
Yeah. Is there any? Do you ever run into a conflict of interest scenarios with managing an artist, but also being a major media journalist?
Nah, what's funny about that? Like, my immediate gut response when people ask me that is like, well, A&Rs manage producers, and it's like, that's crazy to me. Or like Khaled's a one man, like he's an executive at one label, walks next door where he's an artist, takes a flight to Florida where he plays all of his stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's either like gobbledygook or gumbo. But nah, I feel like I don't know. Like I mean, I've never encountered any moment where like anybody's stepped to me about it. I took it serious. Like, before I started doing it, me and Elliot Wilson, shout out to YN. We went and got up drinks, and I was telling him, I was like, yo, I'm about to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I was like, I know you left the source over mics. So it's like, I know you got your integrity on your sleeve. And I was like, I'm about to do this. And I was like, nah, man, like, I think the thing is just like, if you're a senator, right? Like, if you're a senator and you run for president or run for something, like, there's only so much you can lie about, right? Yeah. Like, you vote all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you can just pull out your track record. And, like, I guess for me, it's like I've been in it long enough where, there's a track record where people know what I've done, and know, it's not like I don't know what people expect. It's not like I could hit Jay and be like, yo, Hov,
Yeah.
got my man Jagger. Listen, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like it's yeah, it helps to open doors, but that's a smart choice by an artist to pick. You know, somebody who can represent them, who can open doors, and yeah, you know what I mean? Like it helps. I can open some doors, or I can plot like media strategy, but if it's whack, it's whack.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you can only open one door. You can't keep on walking through if it's whack. And then, yeah, and, you know, I'm sure there's some people who don't want to open the door because they'll say it and be like, you know, you can't do that. But it's like if I can't put Mike on the cover of XXL next month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like people are gonna know. So
Why not? Why can't you do that?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Still
so
gotta
like,
put in the work.
You still gotta put in work. And frankly, I want him to put in work. Like
I want to put in work.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like you want a solid foundation. You know what I mean? Like there's for every LeBron James, there's 12 Kwame Browns and a bunch of different people, and it's just like, yo, you know, it works for some people, but there's nothing wrong. It's like with Crit, like, you know what I mean? Like Crit has put out 6 mixtapes. We know about the 3, but he had 3 before that. You know what I mean? So like, there's hard work, and you know, Mike is only 22, legitimate, not stage age. And it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, let's hit these hoops. Yeah, let's go through these hoops and burn it down. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man. You have a really interesting career. I think, you know, looking at this industry, I think there's the line between blogger and journalist is becoming blurred to a degree, at least in the way people are treating bloggers now. But there are very few people who have degrees in journalism. You have a master's in journalism.
Yeah,
you know.
He did homework.
Yeah, you know, but
Straight.
but you go from. But let's see, how's it go? So you go from go to Delaware. You meet who's Chuck Creekman is also an alumni there.
Yeah.
Intern at All Hip Hop.
Yep.
Go to Vibe, and then MTV,
Yep.
and then now you're at XXL.
Yes, sir.
You know, are credentials important still in the industry? When I think about, you know, people who actually have degrees seem to be able to navigate a little bit more efficiently than just the average guy with a popular blog.
I don't know. I mean, you know, it's interesting. Like when I got my master's, like at Vibe, it didn't mean anything. You know what I mean? Like I got on at Vibe initially. This was like 2005, 2004. I got on. I had to pass a rap test.
Okay.
Like Serena Kim, shout out to her. She was the features editor over there, and you know, she made everybody take a test on staff, and she thought it was such a good idea. That was like for fun. So it was such a good idea. She made new hires do it. And,
Wait, take a test?
Yeah, it was like a hip hop test, and it was like, you know, Grave.
Wait, Bob was giving hip hop tests?
Yeah, and it was like, you know, Grave Diggers sampled what on this song, and I mean it was real. Like,
wow,
you know what I'm saying?
wow.
Like this is, I guess, dating me. It's like Wikipedia what? You know what I mean? And so Noah Callahan Bever, shout out to him, he's the editor in chief of Complex. I think he and I scored like the same on the test. So it was like, all right, cool, you're a rap nerd, you're young, you'll run and do stuff. You're hired, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
like, you know, having a master's, it didn't mean much until I went to MTV when, you know, it's MTV, but MTV News, it's kind of different now, but then this is 2007, we had people who came from Time Magazine and people who worked at like really reputable news outlets before, so it was hardcore. They were like, yo, we're competing against TMZ the same way we are against EW, the same way we are against the New York Times. And so at that point, having a master's helped. And I mean, who knows? Like now, it's just experience. Like I said, like I haven't been in it for a while. But I mean, it's cool. Like nobody in my family ever went to college, so I went and did it twice. And then, you know, as I get older, you know, it'd be cool to see, you know, what it does for me. But you know, bloggers are important. It's funny because there's not as much of a divide or like you know, headbutting like there was before, but I mean, it's interesting. Like, I mean, there's certain things that bloggers can do that I can't do, right? Like,